You know, at first glance, sports and politics seem worlds apart from one another, but that's not how Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh sees it.
One candidate is the favorite, the others are underdogs. And just like in sports, someone wins and everyone else loses.
Now at 6, our sports director Niko Tamurian sits down with the mayor for an exclusive talk about sports in the Salt City.
Thank you.
Sports and politics. They have more in common than you might think. Someone wins, someone loses, of course. But Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh can't help but notice the similarities between an exciting game and his electoral win back in November.
Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Syracuse. Let's get to work, all right?
You know, everybody loves an underdog, and I definitely felt like an underdog. Although I look back on it now, I don't think I realized how much of an underdog that I was, and that was probably good at the time. But, you know, since I won, I can't tell you how many people have said, well, geez, I really didn't give you much of a chance to begin with. But, you know, again, just as is the case with sports, as an athlete, you know better than anyone else what you're capable of. And if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish a lot. And I always believed in myself throughout the race. And but yeah, it did feel like I was playing catch up. And you know, I said at the end that I felt like I had the momentum. And just like many sports are it's a game of streaks, right? And I was on a hot streak at the end, and that propelled me to the finish line. So definitely some good sports analogies there.
Congratulations, Mayor.
The mayor's background as an athlete providing that mindset from his days with the Southside American Little League, honing in on soccer and track in high school. In his adult life, how about his new role as mayor, the head coach of the city of Syracuse, you could say?
I still, when I address most of my emails to multiple members of my staff, I say team. I refer to them as team, and that's the way that I look at it. You know, track was a little bit different because it was it was really just focused primarily on my events, but you know, there was a team aspect to it. But soccer, for sure, it was all about the team. Baseball, most sports are. So having that team mentality, understanding that you need everybody pulling in the same direction to be successful has definitely had an influence on the way in which I go about leadership.
And the mayor is a fan too. His greatest sports memory is one that probably is the same as many of you watching this.
2003, the SU Basketball National Championship. You know, I was just a couple of years removed from college. I was actually living in Ireland during most of that season, so I was at the time I couldn't get any basketball games on TV, so I was going into internet cafes and checking box scores. And again, it was Carmelo Anthony's year, so I was really excited following him. I got back to the States during the tournament. Oh, wow. I was actually on JetBlue flying from New York to Syracuse, and it was the first time I got to watch basketball. I'll never forget that, both because my favorite team won and because it was an exciting time in my life as well.
Many of us sharing that same moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, listen, we got to make it clear, he did root for the Eagles over the Patriots in the Super Bowl, much to the chagrin of some of his family members. Yeah, you got to like that. Likes the Yankees in Major League Baseball, and of course, all of our local teams. But tonight, after the Olympics, we dive deeper into his vision for the future of sports in Syracuse, including what SU may be doing with the Carrier.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. He's got an interesting take on that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.